November 20th, 1980. The principle which can know itself is in the organism. In a worm crawling, it is there because the worm knows itself instinctively. By listening to my talks, you will be transformed back to your original state prior to your birth. Right now, in spite of your present life, it will happen. My present talk is quite different now, at a higher level. Therefore, I do not invite anybody to listen to my present talks. I recommend that nobody should come and listen because they will develop a dispassion for their family or daily life. Language energy and vital breath energy must merge and stabilize. Otherwise, if you allow them to go outward, they will be dissipated. If you want peace, stabilize at that point where you started to be. Stay put there. Om is the unstruck sound, the unpronounced word. You don't respond to my talks. You have not been able to perceive the nature of your consciousness. Consciousness is something like the drama of a play, a kind of play acting. You are unsupported. You have no support at all. The birth, the parents, all this is illusion. Taking the body as oneself is the accident. If you don't cling to the body as your identity, everything is all right. When beingness forgets itself, that state is para Brahman. This knowingness is not your true state. It is the outcome of the food essence body. And you, as the absolute, are not that. November 21st, 1980. Whatever I have thought earlier has now changed. What is happening now is that even the slightest touch of individuality has completely disappeared. And it is consciousness as such which is spontaneously experiencing. The result is total freedom. All the time there was complete conviction that it was consciousness which was experiencing. But that I which the consciousness was experiencing was there. But now that has totally disappeared. Therefore, whatever happens in the field of consciousness, I, who I am there before consciousness, am not concerned in any way. The experience is of consciousness experiencing itself. Nevertheless, understand what consciousness is, even if consciousness is not an individual. The basis and source of consciousness is in the material. What I say is still in the conceptual world, and you need not accept it as truth. For nothing in the conceptual world is true. Once the dis-ease was diagnosed, the very name of the dis-ease started various thoughts and concepts. Watching those thoughts and concepts, I came to the conclusion that whatever is happening is in the consciousness. I told the consciousness, it is you who is suffering, not I. If consciousness wants to continue to suffer, let it remain in the body. If it wants to leave the body, let it. Either way, I am not concerned. All kinds of things were happening, thoughts and experiences, and they were credited to my account. But once I have seen what it is, all those account books have been burned, and I no longer have any account. How amusing it is to see someone who thinks of himself as an individual, who thinks of himself as a doer or achiever. Whatever is happening and the experience of the happening takes place in this consciousness when the I am arises. November 24th, 1980. If there is no difference between what is prior to birth and what is after death, there is no difference. Is there any reason for attempting to learn who we are now? Isn't it all the same? The light coming from the sun and the sun itself, is there any difference? The only difference is what happens in the middle. Whatever happens between birth and death is also an expression of the consciousness only. Even in the realm of consciousness, you pass the time entertaining various concepts. What else are you doing? Is Maharaj playing with various concepts? No, it is the consciousness. It plays by itself. Does Maharaj's consciousness play, even though he is detached from it? Consciousness is not private property. It is universal. Though we understand this, sometimes it seems confined to a body. You are trying to understand with the intellect. Just be. When I tell you that you are that dynamic, manifest knowledge, you are everything. What else do you want? I am aware that I came here because Maharaj gives me the mirror, but this time he is showing me that I am my own mirror. That is why you should not stay for long. After we leave here, what are we to do? It is up to you. If you abide in consciousness, everything will be happening spontaneously. If you are still at the body-mind level, you will think that you are doing something. If you really abide in what I say, you become one with yourself, Atman. Then people will be serving you. They will fall at your feet. Whatever is necessary for you will happen. Activities are bound to happen. Consciousness can never remain inactive. It will always be busy. That is its nature. When you come here, you have certain expectations, certain aspirations. But after listening to my talks, you lose all that. Even when I have an intuitive understanding of this, What is this reluctance to give up all that I am not? You have not stabilized firmly in that understanding. Your conviction must be such that no question at all should arise in the future about that. For example, a person is dead and has been cremated. It is all over. Is there any question about that? Like that, it will be all over. What effort do I need to make toward that? Effortlessly just be. When the consciousness fully understands the consciousness, will it embrace the body as itself? It is in totality. It is not going back to pick out a fragment of manifestation and say, I am this. The consciousness expresses itself as does a light. This 5 elemental play is the manifestation of consciousness, the effulgence of consciousness only. The play of the 5 elements will finally merge into the consciousness because it is an outcome of the consciousness.